guys, how's it going? Caitlin here, and welcome to my kitchen for another prep week, another week of awesome gluten-free meals. Want to hear what's on the menu this week? We have taco chili mac, easy harissa chicken dinner, Caribbean rice bowls, Thai basil chicken wraps, and chicken fingers to end the week. So it's going to be a very short and sweet prep this week, not a ton to do. I'm going to start with some chopping, and I am going to chop one pepper and one onion. And they're both going in the same dish, so I'm actually going to put them in the same container after, just to save a little space there. I do have my storage container equipped with a little drainy thingamajiggy at the bottom, just because I find that peppers can sometimes come with a lot of liquid coming out of them, so that'll have the liquid go to the bottom. So just a quick chop on these. Got a pepper here, so just gonna give it a rough chop first, and then a chop with my food chopper. Got my pepper and my onion all chopped up. So that's gonna be for the taco chili mac, which is so good. And also just as satisfying if you make it dairy free. Okay, so that's one container done. Let's go for the next one, shall we? So we are already on to level 2 for prep. Crazy, eh? Okay, so I am going to peel and slice. Calls for 1 carrot, but I thought my carrots kind of looked a little like small, so I judged them unworthy, and I'm going with 2. So just gonna chop off the ends of these. And then just going to slice up my carrots. Trying to do them quite thin. You'll want to have a nice sharp knife for this. The last thing you want is to be chopping a hard vegetable and doing a sawing motion. You don't want to be cutting back and forth. So if there's one thing you can have in your kitchen to keep yourself safe, it is a very sharp knife. You want to make sure you have a very sharp knife in your kitchen. It seems counterintuitive. It seems like a sharp knife should not be safe, but it is required. And everybody will have their own different favorite knife. A lot of people are really into a chef's knife. I find the size of a Santoku knife. Santoku? Yeah, hopefully you know what I mean. It's I think they're technically like a Japanese chef's knife or something like that. But I just find they suit better. Maybe it's because I'm a girl, maybe it's small hands, could just be personal preference, and that's okay too. So, slice up these carrots. If you wanted to use a mandolin or something, you could very well use a mandolin as well. Slice them up real quick that way. And cutting carrots in advance, you want to make sure that you have them covered in water. Covering them in water will keep them from drying up and becoming like this just weird gross thing that you don't want to eat. So even if you want to prep extra carrots and have carrots for snacks for the week, now is a good time to do that. Chop up some carrot sticks, put those in the same water at the same time, and voila, you have yourself a nice little snack cupboard. So I'm going to throw some water in mine. Nothing crazy, just want the carrots to be just covered. And there we go. We have another container ready to go. Next thing that we're going to be doing is slicing up. We got a zucchini, and it'll be 1.5 peppers that we're cutting up. Now, I have like the mother of all peppers here. Like this thing's probably 1.5 peppers by itself. So, but I'm gonna cut up this and put another one there. I mean, really, if you have a few extra sliced veggies, it's not gonna hurt you. You're gonna find something to use them in, or you can just snack on them because they're delicious. Use a dip, don't use a dip. Although you will absorb nutrients from your vegetables a little better if there's a tiny little bit of fat served with them. It doesn't have to be a huge amount, but you will notice that most salad dressings have an oil or something like that, and that's no accident. You want to have healthy fats in your diet, and one of the big things for it is helping you to absorb the nutrients from the food that you're having. So it really doesn't hurt if you have yourself, you know, a rather healthy dip on the side with your veggies, mostly veggie, a little bit of dip, you know. Don't want to go like wild and drink a bottle of Hidden Valley or something like that. That's not quite what I'm encouraging. But got a handy dandy little divider here, so that part looks a little funny, so I'm going to take care of that one. These peppers smell so good already. There's something about fresh pepper. Like, I could just snack away on them. That is like absolutely a monster pepper. Like it is huge. Okay, so there's gonna be no divider in there. There's no dividing this up. This pepper's just taken over the whole thing. It's like a taken on a life of its own, and that's okay too. And then the half a pepper, I'm gonna slice up here using a different color. Really with the bell peppers, I'll just use any color that there is. If you want to stick and make it look real pretty and follow specific directions of what color pepper to have, do what you do, but I'll usually just get one of those variety packs or get the naturally imperfect bag, especially when they're on sale. And I'll just use whatever color's in there. You know what? I ain't judging it. Okay. There we go. That is like a full thing of peppers. Okay. Another container. Good to go. Last thing we want to cut up is some zucchini. Just gonna grab myself a container here. Whew. You know you're pregnant when you're out of breath, bending down to grab a storage container. Okay, so I'm gonna cut my zucchini a little wider than I cut my carrot. Just an easy slice of that. Perfect. And throw it in a container for the Harissa Chicken Dinner. And there we go. That's step 2. That is all of our slicing. So we got our slicing, we got our chopping. Now we're going to do our grating. So need to have, if you are doing the dairy-filled version of taco chili mac, you're going to need a couple cups of cheese. If you're using dairy-free, just don't use the cheese. You could use fake cheese if you wanted to, but honestly, there's enough flavor, enough texture in there that you really aren't going to be missing anything by not having it. Or if you don't do dairy and your family does, or there's somebody in your family who doesn't do dairy, you can omit the cheese from most of it and then just either top with cheese at the end or remove a portion of the taco chili mac before you go put the cheese in. So that one is very easy to modify. I am dairy free and I live with dairy full people, so there's always a workaround, and usually you can scoop some out in advance and it's going to turn out just fine. I'm just going to grate up the rest of this cheese here. Perfect. There we go. It's supposed to be 2 cups. It's a little over 2 cups. I think my family will forgive me. I've forgiven myself already. So just gonna dump that in its own storage container. So that is ready to go. And there you go. If you are are still feeling motivated, I will always recommend at this point in the week, go to your fridge, check and see what needs to be used, check and see if you can incorporate it into any of the meals from this week, perhaps as a side dish. If it can't be used this week, then I would suggest you check and see if it can be frozen. If you're not sure, ask a Google, ask a friend, ask Google. Google always knows. You can freeze most things, so just process that now so that you're not wasting it, so that you can save it for a later date. And I hope you enjoyed the recipes this week. We will be chatting again very, very soon. Bye-bye. Thanks again.